It's hard to describe, but it's how Baltimore is insular. It's self-contained. It has everything.
Sometimes I try to tell people about it, and they say, "Really?" I was born in Baltimore City, in the Bon Secours Hospital. I am Betsy Hughes, a true Baltimorean. I've lived here all my life. Here I am in 1990, christening the Elizabeth Ann. We are at the fleet headquarters of the Vane Brothers Company. I love the city. I love the people. When I was very young, the working port was in your face. It was dirty looking, it was rough. There were no marinas until the changes came, and the port then became more of a destination for tourists.
The Port of Baltimore used to be very, very busy.
But it's never been very good at advertising itself.
Like all big cities, it has its problems.
I remember when it was the 8th largest city in the country, and probably the least known big city.
My only knowledge of Baltimore before I came down here to live was when I was 10 or 11 and we went down to friends at Quantico. And I remember going through Baltimore, and it was August, it was humid, before air conditioning in cars, and the white steps I remember in row houses, and I was sitting in the back of the car looking and thinking, God, I hope I never end up in a place like this. And then when I came down to be interviewed for a job, came in down Charles Street, and it was spring, and the trees were just coming out, and it was beautiful. I said, God, this would be a great place to live. My name's Gary Blauvelt. I was born and grew up in Philadelphia, spent most of my life in Philadelphia up through college. Came down to Friends School in Baltimore as the first job that I got. To me, it's a more handleable city than Philadelphia, certainly than Philadelphia is today. And I like the fact that it's smaller. When I retired, I looked at retirement communities up in Philadelphia area and decided, no, I really feel comfortable I love this area, I love the people that I know. I like the fact that it is essentially walking distance from downtown. I find it a very attractive place.
Well, let's see, I'm Captain U.S. Navy retired. My name is John Slaughter. I'm called Jack more than I am John, and basically I'm called Captain Jack now. I had command of 5 different ships during the time I was in the Navy. Born in 1914, so that makes me 101 years old. Moved here in 1991. My wife died about a little over a year ago. That's when I moved from the Colonnade to Roland Park Place. I like Baltimore, and yes, I would highly recommend it. This is a great city to be in. I was the skipper of a ship. I considered that my life was no more important than my lowest rating enlisted man on board ship. We were all equal. And that's what I found is the best way to get things done. We all work together as a team.
Well, there's nothing more satisfying than redeveloping your own hometown. The first project was right up there in the center of downtown, Charles Center. They asked me to come back and work on the Charles Center, so I became the deputy manager of Charles Center. People were waiting for something. Local companies began to expand, and they filled up Charles Center right away. All of this became part of one project. And it's about 300 acres, 20 office buildings, 15 hotels, 10 museums, 1 million square feet of retailing and convention space. The first 2 buildings that we built pay more taxes than the whole 300 acres of the downtown was paying when we started.
Baltimore is known for its neighborhoods, its ethnic communities. I think it's invigorating and it's energizing.
And it's a great place to live and a great place to be from.
So I'm still enjoying life. Miss lots of the past, but I still see things for the future.
I would encourage people to come and live in Baltimore and see that I'm telling it like it is.